All right. Okay. All right. Sorry, I had to just do a quick test a while ago. There's obviously some some really funky issues with. No, we're just gonna go with it. I'm only on YouTube. I don't know. I've got to figure. I did all the settings the way it's supposed to. I don't know. I'm gonna find a different way to stream other than Streamlabs. I do not like Streamlabs at all. Like, I do not like it at all. Not only was I live a while ago when I shouldn't have been, it went live without me hitting go live. Uh, yeah, Butterfly, if you can do that, that would be awesome. Not only did I go live without even intending to go live, which that is very concerning. I mean, if I'm doing something that um, I don't want like the whole world to see, then and it just goes live on its own, that's kind of freaky, man. I mean, it really is. It's a little concerning. Good morning, Storm Chaser Mark. Good morning, Jeffrey. Good morning, Butterfly. Man, we have had a wild, well, I wouldn't say wild. It's just been a hard past 12 hours, 13 hours. Um, it's been tough the last few hours. But anyway, I can't sleep, y'all. I don't know what the deal is, but I can't sleep. Good morning, Brenda. Good morning, Brother Ted. Good morning, all of you guys. Yeah, sorry about the little test stream a while ago. I was trying to figure out some chat settings or whatever. And when I do that and I'm not telling everybody it's a test, then that's people get mad at me. So, is what it is. We're back. We're here. We're done. We're done with the testing. We're going to go out and do some work today. Yeah, man, what a crazy few hours we've had. Yeah, well, I can't believe it went live without me telling it to go live. That's the problem. I don't like that at all. Like, there's certain things that you don't want the whole world to see. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's just certain things that, like, I'm not one to have a camera on me at all time. You know what I mean? Or in here for the world to see. That's weird. And the damn thing went live without me telling it to. So I don't know what just happened, but I got to figure that part out, or I have to find another streaming platform to use, one or the two. No, I didn't. I was still typing in what the new stream name was going to be. And I looked down, like I once I hit go live, I saw all the chat there. And I'm like, wait a minute, why is there chat? Why is there live chat? And then I kind of figured out that I had been live that whole time. And then you guys were talking about spinning in circles and all of that. And it was me moving my phone around, getting ready to go live. I had no clue it was already live. That's concerning. I'm just going to say that's a little concerning. Yep, it's Google for it. Well, this is more of a Streamlabs issue than it is Google. I could go live straight from the Google app, but it's easier to have a separate app like this to go live with. It's easier to see events, see the chat. I can control the stream a little bit better. YouTube doesn't really give you ways to control the stream that well. But yeah, so anyway, welcome to Friday, guys. It is Friday. We have made it through another solid week. And can you guys hear me okay? The phone is a little bit farther away from me than what I would like, but I do not have a microphone. I did not activate it. Nope. It was just live. Wait, we're buffering? Brenda says, I see chat, no line, and buffering. Are we buffering? I mean, I'm streaming at 30 frames per second. I seem to be streaming at a pretty good clip right here. I just saw a chat from Brenda saying she's buffering. I wonder if I have several lives going at one time right now over on YouTube. Ah, Jesus Christ. Streamlabs, what are you doing to me, man? I bet Brenda is in another stream right now that I'm not actively streaming to. Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, you know what? Okay, so what do I do? Do I end this stream and then go and delete all of those? What do I do, guys? I don't know what to do. You know what? Screw it. It is what it is. It's Friday. I'm not dealing with it. I did a test stream, Brenda, if you can see it. Somebody type this out in the chat. I did a test stream. Tell her to go to my page and access the Streets of Austin Hard Day stream, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what to do. But anyway, long story short. Oh, man, I've still got stuff to figure out, apparently. All right, we're heading into town. It's Friday. There's very rarely any traffic on Friday out here. These roads stay really clear on Friday. Yeah, she's in that other stream, and apparently I'm still streaming to it as well. Somehow. Good Lord. You know, there's only one thing that is a constant about this channel, and that is I can screw up a stream faster and better than anyone I have ever seen. I have never seen another channel that can screw up this bad. Honest to God. I can screw up a stream worse than anybody I know. Jeffrey, I don't know, man. I don't have a computer in front of me at the moment, or I would look. Brenda, do you want to dance? Brenda, give me half a chance. Brenda, do you want to fall in love? Now Brenda's got her own song. P. Terry's. Yes, they have some delicious burgers. P. Terry's. I haven't eaten fast food in a while, but you're making me hungry thinking about P. Terry's right now. So, guys, I'm going to give you some bad news right now. The man that I have been trying to help with the bed, the elderly black man with diabetes, sadly passed away yesterday during the day, apparently. At some point. I don't even know when it happened, but he passed away. And it's hit me a lot harder. I don't even know the man at all. I don't know his name. I don't know anything about him. But he passed away, and it is tearing me up, man. Killer Carla, good morning, good morning, good morning. I don't, maybe it's human nature to feel this way when you're trying to help someone and then all of a sudden they just pass away. I mean, he was in really bad health, I know that, but it's just kind of gotten me down, man. It's gotten me down. I don't know why things happen the way they do. I mean, at first, like last night when I found out, I kind of felt responsible in a way, but then, you know, I was talking to Butterfly through chat and was like, you know, no, that's stupid. I don't have any responsibility for what happened, but there is a more of like, was there more that we could have done? You know, should I have done something different? I mean, you know, and it's like the guy was living fine, I guess. He was sick, but you know, and all of a sudden I show up and he dies. You know what I mean? It's like I show up to try to help and the dude dies. It just makes me not want to help anybody anymore. You know what I mean? Makes me not want to reach out. Makes me not it really makes me not want to do this anymore. It does. Like last night, I struggled. I couldn't sleep last night. It's all I could think about was like, what the hell happened? Thanks, Jeffrey. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, Storm Chaser. Yeah, Mark, it is. It's sad. But, I guess it's a circle of life. I mean, I don't bear any responsibility, but you know what I mean? Like, yeah, you see a guy that is just living, he's going about his life, and then Jamie shows up and Dash shows up, and then the guy dies. I don't know. I just can't get past it. I can't get past it. So we're gonna be out today talking. I'm gonna be out today talking to some people to see if I can find out what his name was, and if we can try to maybe help find a next of kin. I don't know if that's going to be possible or not, but we're definitely going to give it our best shot. And if nothing else fails, if all else fails and we can't find, that is so stupid to just get in a lane and stop. You're going to get rear-ended. If all else fails, we will give him a burial ourselves. I mean, it's the least I can do for the guy if we can't find family. But those decisions and that conversation is a long time away. The officials have to be able to do their thing, and it's going to take a while. Let's see. Think of the opposite. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's just human nature to feel this way.
Elon wouldn't touch pals with Donald Trump, I think.
Sorry, I hit the radio. Maybe it's just human nature to feel this way, maybe. I don't know. Maybe, I mean, it's like I don't even know the guy, so I don't know how it's like affecting me like this, because I don't even know the guy from Adam. Like, I mean, so I don't know. I don't know why it affects me this way, but it does. And right here at the holidays too, it's like, bummer, man. Like, what the hell? All right, I gotta stop here because I got something rattling down here and it is driving me nuts. Welcome to 183 Research and Burnett Road. It's just a shame how things happen. It really is. All right. Yeah, I think so too, Mark. Just I don't know. I just feel like, wow, man, like we show up to help and the guy dies. It just, I don't know, man. It just kills me. Hang on a sec. I gotta get this rattling stopped. It's driving me nuts. I don't know if y'all can hear the rattle, but I can hear the rattle. And it's something over in my passenger side floorboard. I think Joe left something down there. Let me see. All right, let's see. Hang on. All right, squeaky door time. Somebody really nailed the Dashmobile yesterday or day before. I don't even know when it happened, but somebody really nailed the Dashmobile on the passenger side rear door, right on that lower, that lower quarter panel. Yeah, Jeffrey, and that, and that's the thing about it all. It's like, we take every day for granted, or like, I go to bed tonight with the certainty that I'm going to wake up tomorrow, you know? And, I mean, it just kind of goes to show you, like, we don't have that certainty. You know, there's nothing saying that we're going to be here tomorrow, you know? At least he didn't spend his last night on the cold-hearted ground, and there's still good people in the world. He's in a better place. Yeah, I understand. He was, from what he was telling me, he was a pretty sick man. So, I mean, maybe that was just, it was going to happen no matter what. I don't know. I mean, obviously it was going to happen no matter what, but it's just, I feel really bad because, I don't know. I'll shut up about it because when they called me last night, I was like, dude, like, I cried, man. I was like, what in the world is happening? Like, how did this happen? Anyway, Killer Carla. All right, well, we're gonna get away from all this sadness. There was a story I was gonna tell you guys. I was telling Killer Carla I was gonna tell y'all a story, and now I can't remember what the story was I was gonna tell y'all. It was a very funny story. Now I can't remember what I was gonna tell y'all. Oh, I do want to tell you one thing. So, you know, it's Thanksgiving time, right? And you know, I'm a hefty fella. You know, I'm 6 foot and I weigh about 215 to 220. And you know, I mean, yeah, I'm overweight, but not like massively overweight. Anyway, long story short, I like pies, right? And here at Thanksgiving time, there are pies galore, pies everywhere. I mean, you turn your head, there's a pie. You look behind you, there's a pie. There's pies everywhere. And my wife went to the grocery store yesterday and bought one of these pumpkin pies that, you know, it's like a Sara Lee pumpkin pie. You know what I'm talking about, in the box? And we assumed that the pie was already cooked and ready to go. You just got to thaw it out and eat it, right? Because it was frozen. Well, here's what we did not realize. And this is why you need to read the box. Because that Sara Lee pie, while it was frozen, you were supposed to put the damn thing into the oven and cook it. It hadn't been cooked yet. And so I left it out last night. I'm like, we're going to thaw this thing out and I'm going to eat it. Well, because we didn't cook it and we let it thaw completely out, the damn thing turned into liquid. And I opened the box up thinking that I was about to take this pie out and munch down on a pumpkin pie. And when I opened the box and tilted it over to let the pie slide out, it all came out onto the counter, the floor, my hand. It came out everywhere. It was just liquid. And I told Tila, I was like, Tila, what the hell just happened? This pie is liquid, man. We got to take this back to the store. I said, it's bad pie. They sold us a bad pie. And then she got to reading the box, and she was like, nope, that was my fault. Actually, it was your fault, Jamie. You let the damn thing thaw out without cooking it, and it turned straight to liquid. So last night I was looking forward to a nice piece of pumpkin pie with some whipped cream on top. And I had to go to bed empty-handed, sadly. But I did have a bowl of Christmas cookie Bluebell ice cream, and that'll make up for anything. If you're having a bad day, just go get you a bowl of Christmas cookie Bluebell ice cream, and I promise you your day is going to get much better after you eat that. Oh my God. Read the directions, friends. Read those directions. Wait, what am I doing here again? Oh my God. Killer Carla. Go to Bill Miller Barbecue the day after Turkey Day. They will sell you a whole pie for $2. Hell yeah. Ice cream always makes things better. It does. I'll take the ice cream over pumpkin pie. Oh man, banana pudding, Bluebell ice cream, so good. But you know, the only reason I'm pumping the and pushing the Christmas cookie ice cream is because it's only here at Christmas time, and then right after Christmas, it's gone. Like you can't get it again until next Christmas. And it is one of my favorite ice creams I've ever had. I have 2 gallons of it in the freezer right now. I got another gallon because Killer Carla's coming down, and I want to make sure she can have some. But I can make myself sick on that ice cream. I can make myself sick on Christmas cookie ice cream. That's how good it is. And it's one of those where it's like not too sweet, but it's just good enough. Yeah, you'll have to try it, Butterfly. I'm telling you, you're never going to be the same. What you're going to do is you're gonna go buy you a deep freeze, and then you're going to hoard Christmas cookie ice cream for the rest of the year. And I'm going to tell you right now, I thought about a way to do that, how I could buy a bunch of it and keep it for the rest of the year. But from what I understand, if you leave ice cream in the freezer for too long, it turns nasty. So, yeah, blaming it on you. Anyway, if I could find a way to keep that ice cream good all year, I would have Christmas cookie ice cream. I would buy a pallet of that shit and keep it in the house. All right. There's another ice cream that Bluebell had at one point that I loved, and I can no longer find it. I can't find it anywhere. And it was a ice cream called coconut fudge. That's what it was called, coconut fudge. And it was like a coconut ice cream with fudge ribbons in it. You know what I mean? And it had real flakes of coconut in it. And that was some of the best ice cream I've ever eaten. And you can't find it anymore. I haven't seen it in years. I even looked online to see if I could order it online somehow, but you can't. Let's see. Jeffrey says almost 4 months, or you get out of that. See, and that's why I'm not going to waste the money on it. But if anybody ever finds coconut fudge Bluebell ice cream, you need to let me know because it is delicious. That must have been before Bluebell went out of business. Okay, it probably was, Jeffrey. Yeah, I just, like I said, it's been years since I've seen it. And I look for it every now and then. You know, especially when I go to the grocery store, I'll look. But I never see it anymore, ever. And like I said, it's coconut ice cream with real coconut in it with like fudge ribbons. Delicious. All right, so what's happening in the city? Guys, there was a press conference yesterday. I will if you're willing to drive 200 miles. You know, we're not too far from Brenham. We're not too far from the Bluebell Cream Dairy here. We're just not too far. If you're in Houston, Jeffrey, you're not too far away from it either, actually. So I am digging into this case of the 84-year-old man that killed apparently it was a domestic partner, right? This 84-year-old man, I can't remember his name right off the top of my head, but what ended up happening was he killed this lady and killed her dog and shoved them in a closet here in Austin. And the family of this lady, right? The family of this lady was starting to get worried because she was elderly as well. She was born in 1941. I don't know how old that makes her, but she was born in 1941. They couldn't get a hold of her, right? They're like, we can't get a hold of her. It's been over a week, and we're getting worried. So we're going to call the cops. Well, I take it back. Somebody went to the house, and they could smell decomposition, and they could see fly activity and such. So they end up calling the cops. So before the cops could get there, though, a family member that lives in this area ended up going to the place and going in. They busted in the door, and they found her in a closet with obvious signs of trauma and the dog laying on top of her. He had basically killed her and then shoved her in a closet. The man, and you got to remember, this is an 84-year-old man, okay? He ended up taking her credit and debit cards and spending money off of them. He was actually trying to get out of the country. He was trying to leave, and I don't understand what could go so wrong at 84 years old that you resort to that kind of violence and you do something like that. You've lived your life. At 84, you've lived your life, right? You're on easy street. You're just living your life at this point. I mean, you've worked, you've raised your kids, whatever, and now you're supposed to be living your life, right? And then something goes so wrong that he ends up killing this female, and her dog killed her dog too, and okay, I see chat coming in now. Go down 290 without stopping for ice cream. I'll pay $2. There you go, WP Big Cheese. I don't know what happened. The stream never stopped, but the chat, it was giving me a trying to reconnect message on the chat. Did the stream drop out for you guys for a second? Interesting. See, I have a screen where I can view the stats of the stream, and it didn't show that it dropped out. I mean, I kept my stream, the bit rate was up and the frame rate was still up. Okay, okay, maybe it wasn't just a dead area then, I guess. All right, well, that's one of the first times I've hit a dead area since I've switched to using this. All right, well, I'm not going to worry too much about it. I've got to get another mount. You can see the mount that I'm using right now. If you look up in the right corner of your screen, you can see my mount. And I don't want that. I don't want to be able to see it. All right, so we're going to head into town. We're going to head right down through West Campus, and then we're going to hit South Austin. And we're going to go down and try to talk to these folks and see if we can figure out who this guy was and what happened and what happened. I'm on Starlink, Butterfly. So the way it's supposed to work is I'm streaming from a cell phone, right? So from what I understand from Streamlabs, if my Starlink drops out, it should automatically just use the cell signal. And maybe that's what that was back there. Maybe I lost my Starlink signal for a second and it was switching over to the cell signal. I don't know. I need to find somebody that knows more about production. I'm not an equipment nerd. You know what I mean? I need to find somebody that knows more about this stuff than I do. But you got to admit, since I have stopped using that computer, we haven't lost the stream near as much, right? I mean, it is much more stable than what we had in the past, right? I think it's much more stable anyway. That damn Tesla blocking our signal, man. Nothing but a rolling interference is what it is. Oh, man. All right. Let me see. I'm going to take you guys. You know, I didn't plan anything for today. After that guy passing away, I didn't plan anything for today. It's been a wild day. Been a wild 24 hours. I just didn't plan anything. So, day after tomorrow, I'm going to be driving to Dallas. And we're going to be picking up Killer Carla. And I'm going to live stream the whole trip. We're going to live stream the whole damn trip. You can drop in if you want and drop out if you want. The stream will be running the whole time. That will be Sunday, this coming Sunday, day after tomorrow. all 4 hours north and all 4 hours back. Well, I say 4 hours. It's more like 3.5 hours. Well, depending on traffic going through Dallas, it could be 4 hours. But, I haven't been away from Dallas for too long. It's been about 11 years now, 12 years, something like that. It's been a while. But things have changed so much up there that when I drive up there now, I feel like I don't even know the place anymore. It's changed so much. I feel like I don't even know it. Like I don't even know the streets, the buildings, the businesses. Yeah, she is coming to Austin to spend a week with me. And we're very excited. I know she's excited. But this is her first time to be away from up there since my dad passed away. So that's going to be different. But is what it is. We're going to make it work. We're going to bring Killer Carla onto the show next week. Not only are we going to bring Killer Carla onto the show, but on Thursday, Thanksgiving Day, we are going to spend our day handing out Thanksgiving dinner to the homeless community. You guys have no idea the logistics involved with getting, hundreds of Thanksgiving dinner meals together. It is a logistical nightmare. You feel the same way? Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. Oh, goodness gracious, y'all. But trying to get, we're going for 300 meals and trying to get that many meals together for Thanksgiving Day. It's not easy and it costs an absolute armload of money. It is not cheap, man. It is not cheap at all. And it's probably, since I've been running Dash, it's probably one of the most expensive things that we've done so far. But it's gonna be okay. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. So on Thursday, if anybody wants to come out, if you're not doing anything and you want to come out and help us hand out some Thanksgiving Day meals, we're going to be in South Austin. I can't tell you live right now where it's at because I never know who's listening, and there's going to be people that will want to show up because I'm involved and they're going to want to try to cause trouble for me. I think that is the most childish, stupidest thing I've ever seen, but it's true. I think the only way that people didn't show up to our meet and greet and try to cause trouble was because it was so far away, for one. And two, there's a lot of, red-blooded American patriots that were there that if somebody would have tried to have shown up to cause any issues, it would not have ended well for them. Like, they wouldn't have even gotten started. They would have been shut down hardcore immediately. And, so things are changing so fast, you won't even remember what you see. And that's the thing, like some of the streets that I used to drive on up there, they don't look the same. Businesses are gone. One of my old hangouts in Anna, Texas, it's not even there anymore. Now it's a Walmart that's there. It's like, holy shit. There was a truck stop in Anna out on Interstate 75. And when I was a kid, when I was in high school, we used to go out there and eat. We would, they had a diner for the truckers. They had some of the best food you could imagine. And I went up there not long ago, and the damn thing's gone. There's a Walmart sitting there now. And it's like, what in the hell just happened? Like, how do all these mom and pop places that I grew up with, now there's a big box store sitting on top of it. It's sad, man. It's sad. So many good memories up there around all these places, and these places are just gone now. I'm starting to sound old, guys. I'm starting to sound old. I'm bitching because all the places when I was a kid are gone. Oh man. And you know, I had the luxury growing up. I had the luxury that we lived in a small town. It's a farming community. We didn't deal with drugs. There was not any of the meth and marijuana and heroin. There was none of that stuff. We drank beer growing up, and that was bad enough. But we weren't exposed to that kind of shit uh, when I was a kid, and it just wasn't there. It wasn't available. Nobody was interested in it. And now I see these kids that are around today, and you've got high school kids, they're on heroin. They're smoking meth. They're smoking weed out of these vape pens at school. And it blows my mind how quick things have changed. And I guess with technology, everything changes. But, I think back to when I was in high school, we didn't even think about that kind of stuff. The most trouble I ever got in at school was dipping snuff in school. And they didn't even call my parents. They didn't write you up. They didn't call my parents. They would take us to the football field and make us run until we puked. And schools can't even do that anymore. They can't even use athletics and running as a punishment. Is what I hear anyway. And I think that's just a shame. I hated running. I would rather be expelled or suspended from school than have to run that much and run. And they would run us until we puked. They sure would. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Times change. Times do change. All right. We're gonna slide down this road here real quick. This is all student housing down here. This is where, the apartments and places where all the kiddos are at down here and where they live. Yeah, I'm telling you, I hated running for the simple fact that like I said, they would run us until we threw up. And believe me, it was an effective form of punishment. I can tell you that. Boy, these streets down here just blow. They suck. These streets down here are not good. All this student housing down here. So much of it. This area down here is a big party on the weekends as well. This is where a lot of partying happens. Can I turn? Yes, I can turn this way. Okay. Sometimes it's hard to tell what is a one-way and what isn't. Yep, I did. Doug, what's up, my friend? Yep, West Campus, man. One of my favorite areas in Austin is this area. There's some very unique characters down here. And homelessness is not near as bad anymore down here as what it once was, for sure. I mean, you have your homeless folks, but there's no real encampments down here. Do y'all remember the kids that down here? This was, I guess, maybe a couple of years ago, where they were running a narcotics trafficking operation down here. Do y'all remember that? Do y'all remember those kids that went to jail for selling all the dope on West Campus? The DEA got involved, and boy, not only did they get state charges, but they ended up getting federal charges as well, because these University of Texas students were selling a lot of dope. Haven't seen ZF. Nope. I haven't seen either of them in a while. I haven't seen any of them in a while. You do. Kids are going to be kids, Killer Carla. We had a good childhood and we grew up right. That's what's important. But kids are going to do stupid stuff like tobacco and alcohol. It's just a fact. It is a fact. Yeah, there was a few this morning I haven't seen. Yeah, Brother Ted. I haven't seen Brother Ted. So, yeah, I mean, people come in and out. The show's not growing anymore. It's stagnated. I really have to change the way we're doing things if I want to continue growing. But right now, like I said, I have lost so much interest in YouTube after they said that this content was harmful. And you can tell that they have said that. Look, I mean, their thumb is on the scale as well. The only people that watch are people that were here before I tried to monetize. And right now, we're shadow banned. You couldn't find my channel if you wanted to. They're not going to recommend it. They're not going to do any of that. And that's because they say that this content is harmful to people. So the only people that'll ever be here watching are people that were here beforehand. And that's it. Yeah, I saw him. I saw him earlier. And it's a shame that it's that way. I mean, you can see that, there's very few new people that ever pop in nowadays. And it's because they have their thumb on the scale. And I'm all right with that. My analytics, I was showing Butterfly my analytics. My analytics on X are just as bad as my analytics here on YouTube. I mean, I went from, millions to thousands. And I don't know. I don't understand it. I don't know what we're doing wrong. Brenda was here too. Yes, she was. I saw that as well. That's all right. Things are going to change coming into the new year. We just got to make it till then. We just got to make it until the new year, friends. And things are going to be much, much better. I have my board of directors in place now that I had. So when you start a nonprofit, you have to have a board of directors. And I do have a board of directors in place. I've got some really good people that know how to run nonprofits and know how to make this stuff work. And that's exactly what I needed. I needed people to step up and help me, make sure that we're doing this right. Make sure that I'm not going to end up in, the IRS is not going to throw me in prison. I needed people that knew what was going on. And one of the guys that's been helping me get things set up, do you guys know who Project Veritas is? Y'all remember Project Veritas? James O'Keefe and Project Veritas. It's a small world. I have a lot of friends that work for Project Veritas. One of my better friends, his name is Bobby Har. He was. Do y'all remember when Project Veritas got the Twitter executive to admit that what they were doing to Republicans and how they were treating Republicans on the platform? Do y'all remember that undercover video where Project Veritas got that executive talking about it? That was Bobby Har. He was the guy that was wearing the camera and went on the date with the guy. He was the guy that got him to spill the beans. Bobby was also the undercover that got the Pfizer executive to talk. So Bobby has helped me a lot, and I have some of their executives that were executives for Project Veritas that was on their board that are helping me. Because Project Veritas was set up exactly like I'm setting Dash up. It's half for-profit, half non-profit. And that's what we're doing here. And that's exactly the way Veritas was set up. They had two different companies. Half of Project Veritas was charity and half of it was for-profit. And so, yes, get some. There you go. But if you guys want to see Bobby, if y'all want to have him on and let him tell you guys some stories, I would love to bring him back on and let him tell you guys some stories about his time at Veritas and some of the shit that they did. And here's an interesting story. Let me tell you this about the Twitter scandal. So Bobby had been working the Twitter executive for a while. Weeks and weeks he had been working him, trying to get him to go out and trying to get him comfortable enough to talk, right? Well, he finally started getting him comfortable enough to talk. They went on a date, okay? Yeah, a date. This was a gay man, and Bobby was pretending to be a gay man. He went on a date with him, and Bobby was wearing the camera. It's a button camera, right? That's what it was. It's a button camera. They were, while they were on this date, and there's video of this. It is wonderful video. The guy is talking about, in the video, you can see the guy's talking about how Twitter security has reached out to all the executives and told them that Project Veritas is going to be trying to sting them, so on and so forth. And Bobby's sitting there listening to him say that, knowing that he is what they're talking about. And the man looks at Bobby's chest. You can see him look down, and he looks right into that camera, and he's like, what is that? And he reaches up and touches the camera, right? He reaches up and touches the camera. And Bobby, without skipping a beat, it was wonderful. Without skipping a beat, Bobby's like, oh no, that's my glucose monitor. I'm diabetic, and I have to make sure that my sugar doesn't get low. That's a glucose monitor that I wear. And the dude bought it hook, line, and sinker, didn't care. And that's how he got the video. He bought it hook, line, and sinker. The target reached up and touched the camera. And in the same conversation was telling Bobby about how Twitter security is telling them that Veritas is going to be trying to sting them. Now you tell me that's not funny. That shit is great, man. I've seen both vids, Twitter and Pfizer. Yep, that was my buddy Bobby that did those videos. He was the undercover. And would you like to know how they got these guys? Anybody interested in how he got them? It was very simple. Very simple. Most of these men are gay, and they are on these gay apps, the dating apps. And Bobby would go on and make profiles, and he would hook up with them and go out on them. He would pretend that he was gay. That's how it's Grindr. Exactly. That is exactly how he did it. And for the Twitter video, for sure, Bobby worked on that guy for over a month to get him to go out and to make him comfortable enough to talk. And it finally paid off, and they got the video. Crazy, ain't it? I love hearing the stories from their time at Veritas. It's great stuff. And their COO, their old COO, is one of the guys that is helping me set Dash up right now. Or advising on setting Dash up. Let's see. Get Some. What did I miss? Get Some says, I am retired. Hold on, I got a part so I can read this. I'm sorry, Get Some. I didn't even see that there was a message from you. 1 second. Let me see what you said here. Get Some says, I'm a retired U.S. Air Force, 544. This is the worst I have seen. Interesting. Get Some. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you for your service to the country and to us. My nephew is active duty. He is an active duty Marine right now, and he is. I think he's stationed in North Carolina. He just came back from overseas. He was stationed, I think, in Japan for quite some time, and then he just now came back to North Carolina. So, and it's a tough time right now with all the talk of World War III and all this shit going on. It's tough. My whole family was military. My dad, both my dad and my Uncle Johnny were Army during the Vietnam times. My cousin Rusty was a Marine. My cousin John was a Marine. Was Marine. Boston was a Marine. We have a pretty big military family. And my dad, before he passed away, would not go to the VA. It was so hard to get treatment through the VA. He just decided to start going to private doctors because it was so hard. I hope so too, Killer Carla. I do too. Command setting 60 feet underground. Get some. Well, you have my respect, my friend. It's being in the military is one of the most selfless things you can do. But you know, I've always been of the opinion that all young men, once they hit 18 or they graduate high school, they should have to enlist and spend at least 4 years or whatever it is, a couple of years in the military. I think it would change a lot of what's happening in our country right now, to be honest. I really think it would. Maybe that's a little bit too radical of an idea for some, but I saw what it did to my nephew and how it changed him, and it made him he was a good dude before, but the Marines made him a man. Let's put it that way. And pale kid. He was a good kid. Don't get me wrong, but the Marines turned him from a kid to a man, and he is no longer this soft-spoken little boy. He is you can tell he has the confidence of a man. You know what I mean? And the Marines did that for him. The Marines did it for him. He went from this soft-spoken kid to this very outgoing, loud man. It's good. It's good stuff. And he bulked up real quick. He was never very bulky, but boy, I'll tell you what, the Marines bulked him up really quickly. And now he's talking about when he gets out of the Marines, he's gonna leave the Marines. I think he was in for 4 years, and so when he leaves the Marines, he's going to go straight into the Army. Macho man, I'm gonna be your macho man. Doug. macho man. We're gonna drive down Rainy Street, guys. Let's go see what's happening down here. I'm gonna be your macho man. Man, I want y'all to look right in front of us where you see the water. So many men were found in this spot right here. So many men were found in this spot, dead, floating in the water for weeks at a time. And this is where it all happened. All of the stuff you hear about Rainy Street Ripper, serial killer, this is where it happened right here. This is like ground zero for the Rainy Street Ripper. Turn around. Every now and then I get a little bit lonely and I'm never looking back. Psst, turn around. In the Navy. That's all I know of that song. In the Navy. Man, oh man. I don't know how I ever started singing on this stupid show. My wife asked me the other day, she may be watching right now, I don't know. Sometimes she'll watch and never say anything. But she asked me the other day, she's like, Jamie, do you always sing on your show? I'm like, well, here lately, it seems to be happening more often than not. At least you didn't tell me to stop. Linda, I too was military brat. My dad was in the Air Force for 21 years. Yes, ma'am. Good stuff. In the Navy. Linda got me on my knees. Linda, begging, darling, please. I know that's supposed to be Layla, but I'm going to always sing. It'll never be Layla anymore. That song will forever be known as Linda now. Or it could be, Linda, do you want to dance? Linda, give me half a chance. Linda, da da da, you'll fall in love. Let's see. 16 years Air Force, 15 at UPS. Learned early that 2 retirements are better than 1. Absolutely. Gonna leave the YMCA. The Village People. I think that was the Village People. That's Donald Trump theme song, man. I'm dancing in my head. A lot of construction. That's about it. But tonight, it's going to be wild. I think we're going to come out here and do this tonight, too. I think we're going to have a show tonight. I don't know. I haven't really decided yet. Buffering. Never mind. It's back. Okay, cool. Cool. All right. Anyway, Rainy Street Ripper. I want to tell you guys a story real quick. The last guy that was found dead here, it was the guy that had a hole in his forehead that they said had shot himself right in the forehead. I want to show you guys something real quick. So the 2 people that found that man, the 2 people that found him, reached out to me and said, we need to talk about this. When they found the guy dead on the trail, they told me that there was a man that was hanging around the area. The 2 people that found the body live on Rainy Street in the condos. And they told me that they had never seen this guy before. There was a guy hanging out down here about 20 feet from where the body was found. I'm going to show you guys where that happened at. It's right here. And anyway, once they found the body and the police started showing up, they tried to find the guy that was hanging around watching them, and he disappeared. He had a vest on, like, what do you call it, like the construction vests, and he had on a hard hat. But the funny thing was, there was no construction happening this day. It was all, there was no construction happening at this point. So, I gotta see if I can get by these people. But the guy was hanging around right here. He was hanging around right here at the first pillar of this bridge. Straight in front of us is where that happened at. And he was right there on the trail. The guy was found about 50 yards behind us. But they tried to find the guy. They tried to tell the police that the guy was here, but the police apparently did not seem too interested in talking to the guy. And then he disappeared, and that was it. That was it. But never heard anything else about him. This is not a high crime area. No, this is actually a pretty tame area compared to the rest of Austin. You can see downtown is just right there. This is a pretty tame area compared to the rest of Austin. But it just happens to be where all of these men have been found drowned in the water. And over the last, since 2008, we're talking about a whole lot of men. I mean, a lot of men that have been found here. I mean, just, and not all of them. I'm not saying all of the deaths and the drownings are connected, or all of the drownings are, you know, there's something suspicious about them, but you know, there's a handful of them that I do think are connected. there's a handful I do think that are connected. So I don't know. I mean, you guys, what do y'all think? Y'all think? Do y'all think there's a Rainy Street Ripper? Do y'all think there's a serial killer? What do y'all think? I'm interested to hear. They were baptizing. Get some. There are a lot of gay guys down here. Yes. Now, here's the thing. Some of the men that have been killed, or I believe that have been killed down here, there's some of them that have been gay. Some of the other ones, they were not gay, but if you looked at them, you would think they were. You know what I mean? Like, they had that look. And there was one transsexual male that was killed. Yeah, they're not all related. They're not. Yeah, Oaklawn up in Dallas. Boy, I know Oaklawn well. I know that area. Oaklawn is the gay Dallas. Oaklawn is the gayest part of the gay Dallas. I didn't spend a whole lot of time growing up in Dallas. It was just too big of a city. I was from a little small city, and I didn't spend a whole lot of time in the big city of Dallas. We did go down to Deep Ellum a lot once I was older. We would hang out down on Deep Ellum, down on Greenville Avenue. When I was, once I became of age, we would go down to the $1 Million down on Greenville Avenue. If anybody that's been around Dallas for a while knows exactly what the $1 Million was. It may still be there. I don't know. Same issue, district in Houston, another gay area. It's crazy, ain't it, how that happens? Anybody up from the Dallas area know what the $1 Million is? Come on. Somebody's got to know what that is. Spent a lot of money in the $1 Million. Maybe that's why they call it the $1 Million. There's always been bodies in Town Lake as far back as I can remember. Yes, a lot more in the past 10 years. And not only is there a lot more in the last 10 years, but there's a lot of the similarities between the men that have been found are striking. Their looks, their ages, their body builds. Not only that, but where they were drinking, where they were at when they went missing. It was all on freaking Rainy Street, man. All on Rainy Street. Found in the bayou waterways. It's crazy. Houston. Does Houston have any issues with the with drownings? The Strike Club in downtown. There you go. Do y'all remember the Curtain Club? How about the Bomb Factory? Boy, that's a blast from the past. Do y'all remember the Bomb Factory up in Dallas? I saw, there was a band that I saw there back in the 90s, late 90s. I was about 20 years old at the Bomb Factory called Silverchair. I saw Silverchair live at the Bomb Factory, and what was interesting is halfway through their set, halfway through Silverchair's set, that's that band from Australia, by the way, Silverchair, that rock band. Anyway, long story short, the power went out on the stage halfway through their set, and it was very interesting how they ended up finishing the show. They did it with candles and stuff. It was a lot of fun. Cannot get FOIAs. Nope. $1 Million. Yeah, Pantera's Club. I one night we were at Pantera with his entourage. This was back many, many years ago. But Robert Van Winkle, Vanilla Ice, was in that club that night. He had a whole little entourage with him, and yeah, that was pretty awesome to be able to, hang out there with them that night. He was a very nice guy. Vanilla Ice, they were there having fun, but he was a very cool dude. He really was. And it was very interesting to hang out there that night. That was before, I believe that was right after Pantera broke up, actually. This was like early 2000s. I know Vinnie Paul and Dimebag were still alive at the time, for sure. I don't know, is their club still open? I don't even know if it's still open after Vinnie Paul and Dimebag died. Did they keep the club open or did it sell? He was at Carrollton, Texas, not Miami, people think. Yeah, he was hanging out there that night. I had no clue. I forgot all about Vanilla Ice until we saw him there that night. And he pulled up and he had like 5 people with him. They were just out there hanging out. It was a lot of fun, though. I remember that night. He was a pretty cool dude. Vanilla Ice, he was, he didn't act like he was an uppity guy. He was just hanging out. He would talk. He would chat with you. You could ask questions. I mean, it was a lot of fun to hang out with him that night. But obviously, you don't want to fanboy when somebody's in a strip club, I mean, just kind of introduce yourself and, say I'm a fan and move on. He was a very cool dude. I think at that point, when I saw him and we met him there that night, I believe that was when he was in his death metal band. I forget what he had a death metal band, and I can't remember what it was called. But if I remember right, when he was at the club there that night, he actually that was in his death metal days. All right, Miss Butterfly. I did a lot of businesses in Houston with UPS. You guys remember Vanilla Ice when he was doing his death metal? When he had that really hardcore metal band? It was a lot of fun, man. Robert Van Winkle. I think that's his name anyway. Robert Van Winkle. Anyway. So I'm working my way down here to South Austin. As soon as I'm done here this morning, I'm going to go start talking to some people down here and see if we can figure out the man that died down here yesterday. We're going to go see if we can figure out who the guy was, what his name was, and such. I've just got to figure it out. Get some. This is Congress and Oltorf. Congress and Oltorf is where we're at. Linda, do you want to dance? Linda, give me half a chance. Let's see. I met him when Newman Smith High School opened. He transferred from R.L. Turner. I heard he grew up in Dallas. I heard that was his area. I know he still lives in Dallas. He owns, apparently, from what I understand, he owns a lot of real estate around Dallas now. I don't know if that's true or not, but I read that somewhere that's kind of what he does now. I have seen a few videos of him playing live as Vanilla Ice here recently. Boy, he blew up back then, didn't he? Vanilla Ice, ice, baby. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. They ripped that riff off. I'm surprised he didn't get sued into oblivion for that bass line. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Ding do 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 do. Do 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 do. I'm surprised he didn't get sued into oblivion. Maybe he did. I don't know. I think that was, wasn't that bass line, the Police, the band, the Police, I think, wasn't that their bass line that he ripped off? I saw an interview where he was talking about that, and he was like, no, it's not the same. Ours goes, do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Do 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 ding. It has that ding at the end, that high note at the end. He's like, we didn't rip it off. We just kind of ripped it off and changed it a little bit. Facebook with Rob Van Winkle. Ted Nugent. Yes, Ted Nugent. Oh, man. So, you guys remember the trucker convoy, the Trump convoy that happened back at the first of the year? It could have been Queen. I don't know. I'm just guessing. The police. It could have been any of those. The police. That sounds a little bit better, I think, actually. The police. I think it's the police, actually. Jim Carrey and Mad TV is Vanilla Ice. It keeps popping into my head. No, so Ted Nugent, do y'all remember the trucker convoy back in February? Well, I covered the trucker convoy. I went down to Eagle Pass. We spent the week down on the border. And out in Dripping Springs, I got to meet Ted Nugent. When he was out there in Dripping Springs doing his thing, I got to meet Ted Nugent. And I just got to say hi, shake his hand, introduce myself, and move on. But it was neat getting to meet Ted Nugent. Under Pressure. It's Queen. There it is. Okay, Queen. Under Pressure. Vanilla Ice ripped off Queen. Under Pressure. I don't know how he got away with that, man. Honest to God, how did he get away with that? It's so funny. Anyway, Ted Nugent. Boy, he is as solid of an American as it comes, Ted Nugent is. That guy is a wild child. I think he's got doesn't he have a ranch somewhere north of here, like somewhere between here and Waco, maybe? Somewhere way out in the middle of nowhere? Isn't that where Ted Nugent's ranch is at? I know he has a ranch. I just don't know exactly where it's at. I think from what I understand, though, it's somewhere pretty close to Austin. I could be completely wrong. Truckers Convoy. There's a guy from Canada that came all the way down there to Oreo Express was in there too. Yep, Jeffrey. Yep. Rot Rally. We rent the top floor of the Omni. Both Scott Thrush, Ted Nugent are always there. I hunt with them in Burn. Okay, Bernie. I've got some friends that live in Bernie. Actually, are you talking about Bernie down here, about on the outside of San Antonio? I've got a couple of friends that live out there. They're creators. Cool, man. I'd appreciate that. Yeah, just let me know. I'd be more than happy. Yeah, I've got some friends out in Bernie. They are creators. They're gun tubers, really, that I've gotten to know since I've been doing this. Some gun tubers. But anyway, I want to go into that camp right there, but it has all of the no trespassing signs, and I do not want to get taken to jail. I don't want to go to jail. Let's see, we need to find us a camp to go in. J6ers. Ted Nugent went down to the Freedom Corner by the Gulag. J6ers. Yep. Ted Nugent that guy is America, 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 like first. Like, the guy is such an America first. He is something else, man. I'll tell you what, you can't find anybody more American than he is. And, that really kills me because, he's a musician. He's a very famous musician. And normally these musicians will not associate themselves, but he just does it, and it works for him. It's like he doesn't care what people say. Like, he is an American, he is a patriot, and he's not ashamed of it, and it's wonderful. I've always heard, and I don't know anybody from Hollywood. I don't know famous people. I know YouTubers, but like actors and musicians, I don't know any of them. But I've always heard that a lot of a lot of musicians, a lot of people from Hollywood, they are Republican and they are America first, but they will not talk about it publicly because they know what's going to happen. They keep quiet. And I think that's just a shame. I love this country. I love everything about it. And I'm not ashamed to say that I'm America first. And I'm not ashamed to say I'm a Republican. David Bowie, yep, under pressure. I thought it was David Bowie or the Police. I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking, Mark, to be honest. But, David Bowie, he had that song that Nirvana covered. And I watched an interview with David Bowie after Nirvana covered that song. The Man Who Sold the World. After Nirvana covered it, David Bowie was talking about how that song basically became their song. When they did that song live on the Unplugged, the MTV Unplugged album, that he was saying that it was special. It became their song. It was not his song anymore. And he was not mad about it either. I mean, he really enjoyed it, it seems like. And I think that's pretty awesome that a man, a musician can feel that way. I mean, if I wrote a song and another band covered it and it became very famous for it, I think I would be, I'd be pretty happy about that. British rock band Queen and singer David Bowie. Originally released as a single in October of 1981. Billy's, good morning. How are you doing? Yeah, Queen and Bowie both. I'm looking at it too. Queen and Bowie, yeah, they both did it. Yeah, or maybe they did it together. I don't know. I remember when I was watching a thing on VH1 about Vanilla Ice, and they were talking about that on there, about how that bass line out of Ice Ice Baby was Bowie, or was one of these people. I remember them talking about it. Mark, have a great day, sir. We're actually going to be ending here pretty soon. We're going to run this one to about an hour and a half. And then I've got some work I've got to get done. Like I said, I think I'm going to be out here tonight. We're going to do some stuff out here tonight, I think. It's going to be a lot of fun. I think. I'm not going to promise that, but I think we're going to do some stuff out here tonight. NWA did not do Under Pressure. I love music. Music is a part of our soul. Yes, Billy's, it is. It is looking great. They have really changed this area up a lot. Now, I'm about to take y'all back here. I want to show you guys something. Billy, hang on here with me for about 3 minutes, and I'm going to show you guys a homeless camp that is back here behind this little shopping center area. Music is a part of our souls, guys. Music can make you happy, can make you sad. It's wonderful stuff. I can't sing for the life of me, but that doesn't mean I won't sing. It's good to sing. Even if you can't sing, it's good to sing. Just belt it out there. Absolutely. Yes. God bless. Yep, for sure. 100%. All right, we're going to pull up in here. I want to show you guys something here real quick. Bear with me one sec. Let me turn in here. I can sing, but you would ban me after. Well, look, I promise you, you can't do any worse than my singing. I promise you that. I couldn't hold a tune if my life depended on it, but I'll still sing because it makes me feel good to do it. I can play a guitar, though. Now, that's one thing I can do. I can play the hell out of a guitar. I just was not born with the ability to carry a tune. That's okay, though. Happy Friday. Yes, happy Friday. Even if you're not born to sing, if God did not give you that talent, sing anyway. That's what's important. Sing anyway, because it'll make you feel good. Even if it's in the shower or in the car on the way to work, belt it out there. And you know what? We're all superstars when we're in the shower or when we're on our way to work in the car. We can all be Queen and David Bowie. Used to be right there. Fuddruckers is gone. Yep, it is gone. This whole, so just to let y'all know, this whole area, everything you see here is going to be gone within the next year. Everything is going to be gone within the next year. This whole area, I ended up getting to know the guy that owns this property because of the homeless camps that we've covered here. I got to know the guy, and he kind of told me everything that they have planned for this area. All of this is being torn down, and it's going to turn into a, they're going to make this kind of like a domain. They're going to have shops out here. They're going to have commercial spaces, but they're also going to have condos and apartments. Got a bolt, get some. 8 acres to mow. You have fun, my friend. You do have fun. I'm going to take y'all down into this camp here real quick. If y'all can just bear with me a second, and I will park, and we're going to go down in here. I'm going to show you guys the Barton Creek Greenbelt real quick. Let's walk in here. All right. Oh, wow. Y'all, I filmed this the other day, and they've already been out here to clean it. Oh, man, the squeaky door. Hang on, guys. Let me get out of here. They've already been out here to clean it. See, that's why what we do out here is so important, man. Because I put that video out, and they have already been out here to clean it. Well, they've cleaned some of it. Zilker's doing all right now, actually. So this is, if anybody has followed my ex, you will know that this area was a horribly bad homeless camp. And as you can see, it's still not doing too good, but it's a lot better than it was. There's still a lot of needles and things out here. They're watching. Yeah, I don't touch the needles. You won't get me anywhere close to touching a needle. I want to show you all the view. If you're a homeless person and you want a view, check this out. Let me show you all the view. The perfect homeless camp view in the city. Somebody has been down here recently too. Look down here at the bottoms. Look down there. Somebody's been down here sleeping. But look at that view. The view is wonderful here. But somebody's been here sleeping. Oh, man. Look at all the burnt trees from the fire that happened here not long ago. There was a big homeless campfire right here. Yeah, look at that view. 5.3 mil, yeah. This right here, if I was a homeless person, I would hang a hammock right between this tree, and this is where I would sleep. But of course, I would not be trashing this area either. This right here is why I love Austin so much. You can't get these views anywhere else. Up in North Texas, where I'm from, it's just flat. It's completely flat. But down here we have the hills, and it's nice. This is what you're seeing. This is all the Barton Creek Greenbelt down here. And then you can see right there, that right there is Barton Creek. It's right there. Yep. I can't believe they've cleaned up out here. Yeah, they've taken away all the poop buckets. There was a bunch of poop buckets out here, and now they're all gone. There was poop buckets here. There was poop buckets right here, and they're all gone. But of course, you can see there's been a lot of drugs done out here. These are needle caps. This area, there was a ton of needles in here. I mean, you can still see like remnants of all the needles. Another needle cap. Needle caps. Needle cap. There was a lot of needles out here. And I mean, even after they clean, you can see, I mean, there's going to be bits and pieces left. You can see glass. There's a whole needle with a needle still in it. Fake bullet. So, like I said, if you followed my content for any length of time, you'll remember this was all one massive homeless camp. It was so big and bad. They brought a tractor in here. You see how this dirt is piled up against the trees? They used a tractor to carry all this stuff out. And there's no telling what is buried under all of this, to be honest. There's no telling. Look at all the just trash and junk. Here's a holster. Check that out. Anybody need a holster? That would fit a 38 easy. Then, of course, the ever-present shopping carts. The shopping carts are everywhere. I can see camps. They're down in the bottoms down there. Those didn't get cleaned out. All this stuff left over. I'm telling you, Butterfly. I'm telling you. This was a massive camp down here. This was just completely full of garbage and junk. We're going to go down here and look under the bridge. Unless you know this area, right behind where the Toys R Us, the old Toys R Us was at, there's a bridge down here that people were sleeping under. We're going to go see if anybody's under here. I would think that there may be people here because this is a very well-worn path. Sorry for the shakiness, guys. Sorry. Graffiti. It's hard to tell, but this is very steep right here. Look at all that stuff there. But this here is hidden away, and not many people know it's here. This is a parking area up top, but down here was a lot of people living under here. There is a needle. No, security has really kept them out of here lately. But I wish y'all could just see how steep this is right here. If you fell, you would go a long way. It would hurt like hell. And if you hit a tree, it may even hurt. It's nastiness everywhere. Look at all the garbage here. Out of here. He's pretty good about it. Y'all remember the guy I interviewed? I interviewed a guy a while back, and I didn't realize he was naked. And I posted a picture of it. After I did the interview, I went back and was watching, and I saw that he was naked. I wasn't looking at his junk, and I had no clue the guy didn't have any clothes on. He was carrying a sign in front of him. He was carrying a sign in front of him, and so I couldn't see that he was naked. I did that interview right down there at the bottom. Had no clue the dude was naked. Anyway. And this is where the guy got water that was staying right here in this spot. And he shook my hand. And then afterwards, you could tell there was something wrong with him. I'm like, dude, what's wrong? He's like, I just found out I got syphilis. And I'm like, you motherfucker, you just shook my hand. You are dirty. Your hands are filthy. And you're going to come up and tell me that you have syphilis. You just found out about it. So I went straight back to the Dashmobile. And covered myself in hand sanitizer. Look at this. Somebody hit my Dashmobile, y'all. Yep, we sure do. Lewd nude duties. Lewd nude dudes in the news. So I am loaded up on sorry about the squeaky. I am loaded up on water again. Yeah, I did send Killer Carla a picture of it. The guy was butt naked and I didn't even know it. How do you not know somebody's naked? You know? And my buddy Dave that was with me at the time, he was taking pictures of us the whole time standing there. And I had no clue the guy was naked. So stupid, man. So stupid. All right. Let's move on. Yes, absolutely. I hope you guys enjoy getting to see Austin. Getting to see the stuff that I work with every day, man. Now you guys get to feel my pain. Anyway, I'm going to, let's see, we've been going now for an hour and 36. I'm going to end here for today. I'm going to go over and start talking to some people and seeing if I can figure out this guy. I'm going to go see if I can figure out if this man is, if we can find this guy's name, the guy that died yesterday. I want to try to find his next of kin and see what we can do to help get him a proper burial. So I appreciate everyone being on here. Let me park here for a minute and we'll finish up. It might happen one of these days. It might. Yeah, I sent her a picture of that guy and his naked ass. It was so funny. Yeah, guys, I'll tell you what, I'm thinking about being out here tonight doing a Austin After Dark tonight. I haven't done one in a while. Y'all see how much stuff I have? That's all for the homeless community back there. All that stuff is for the homeless community. I have so much stuff back there. Anyway, guys, like I said, I appreciate everyone being on here with me. It's been one of those days, man, with that guy dying. It sucks. So I appreciate everyone being here. I do need a big tow truck. Miss Butterfly, Jeffrey, Killer Carla, Billy, Doug, all of you guys, thank y'all for being on. Thanks for watching. Thanks for liking. Thanks for sharing. And I may see you a little later tonight. Miss Butterfly, tell Harold I might be going out tonight if he wants to come out with me. That would be great. I will message him and let him know if I'm going to do it. I will message him soon. I'm going to talk to my wife here pretty quick and see what's going on. But love you guys, and I will see y'all a little later.